It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Friday. It's March 15th, and thankfully, we are dealing with more calm conditions across the Ozarks this morning than what we had around yesterday. Wild weather in the form of severe thunderstorms. A tornado watch was with us yesterday afternoon and evening, and we had several reports of damage coming out of portions of Christian and Webster counties. Many homes with roof damage in portions of Nixa and Ozark, and some damage reported in Seymour as well. If you have damage reports to share, you can send those in to the National Weather Service, by the way. They are collecting some of those. There may be some storm survey crews going out over the next couple of days to survey the damage, see if we did have some tornadoes in the Ozarks, and if so, what their strength actually was. Good news that I have for you this morning is that temperatures in the 50s and calm weather returns. It's going to be much nicer over the Ozarks. In fact, I have a pretty mild pattern for us over the next couple of days. No storms in the forecast today. It will be much cooler with a north wind and temperatures that only climb into the 50s today. Now, we're starting out in the 50s, so we don't move a whole lot today. The north wind is going to keep our temperatures rather chilly, but the setup shows that all of the rain and storm activity is now out of the Ozarks. We have much more tranquil weather to enjoy, and I'm expecting that we see the north breeze stick around through the course of the day today. Now, Saturday is actually going to shape up to be a pretty nice one across the Ozarks. If you're thinking about the weekend plans, Saturday looks like a great choice. I think highs are back into the 60s. We get partial sun. The wind won't be too strong. You can do your outdoor activities tomorrow afternoon. I think there will be a lot of folks out and about because it's one of the warmer days in the extended forecast. Speaking of chilly temperatures, I do have a couple of really cold nights in this forecast. You'll see 30s return to the forecast. In fact, maybe temperatures below the freezing point again by the time we get to the early part of next week. Now, these are for morning lows, so it doesn't mean that it's going to stay cold, but I do have some chilly numbers. We could be back into the upper 20s by the time you wake up on Monday morning. High temperature today, I'm going about 60 for the Springfield area. Temperatures may be a bit cooler than that up north, places where the cold front worked its way through first. I've got numbers that are going to be back into the upper 60s, though. In fact, pushing 70 degrees. That's going to be the case on Saturday, so warmer weather does return. And then by Sunday, I've got temperatures that are going to warm into the upper 50s again. And Sunday is the night that we see those really chilly conditions return for the overnight hours. Around the country, what's happening? More snowfall. I'm sure you've seen some of the pictures. Pretty wild out in Colorado. More than 10 inches of snow for portions of the Denver metro area. Also up near Boulder, experiencing some pretty hefty snowfall amounts. Snow still falling out west today, so that storm is going to keep going out over the Rockies. It does come to an end today, so precip will end. And then strong storms are possible in the south today. This is part of the system that came through for us yesterday. So thankfully, there were no injuries reported in the Ozarks with our severe weather yesterday. Let's hope that holds true for our friends down south today. The severe risk looks a bit lower for them than it did for us just yesterday. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister question on this Friday. This one's kind of fun. It has to do with the diets of celebrities. This is a quote: red vines, hot dogs, French fries, and Diet Coke. According to one of their co-stars, this diet is the staple of which star? And the options that I gave you were A, Miss Betty White, B, Harrison Ford, C, Morgan Freeman, or D, Robert De Niro. I think a lot of you guessed this one correctly. I don't know why. I feel like women like red vines and Diet Coke more than men. So it went to the only woman on the list. Yes, A. If Betty White was your choice, you are correct. Apparently, she was famous for having these snacks on set. I could get on board with this. Red vines, hot dogs, French fries, Diet Coke. You're set. I mean, something was working for her. Dear Betty White. She passed away in December of 21, of course, but she was 99 years old. So red vines, hot dogs, French fries, and Diet Cokes may be the secret to her success. All right, here's a look at your question that I'll leave you with. I'll answer this one for you on Monday morning. It has to do with St. Patrick's Day. According to folklore, What is a leprechaun's occupation? What job do you think they have? Do you think they are A, shoemaker, B, a tailor, C, a leather worker, or D, a blacksmith? You can enter your guess at aroundtheozarks.com. Enjoy the warmer conditions that we have in the forecast for you on Saturday. Today will be a little bit chilly. High temperatures, upper 50s, low 60s, but no rain, no storm activity for us. We stay dry today, tomorrow, and on Sunday. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Thanks so much for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. And just a reminder, if you don't mind giving us a review, if you like listening in the early morning hours or really whenever it's convenient for you, it's a great thing about a podcast, make sure you give us a review. You can do that on any of the platforms where our podcast is available. Again, thanks for listening, and thanks to our sponsors, Scooters Coffee and Rescue Towing. I'll catch you guys again next week.